Hey everybody, it's the D-Rock 900. Welcome back to our Pokemon FireRed. In the last episode, we made it into Pewter City and we took on Brock. And we got ourselves the Boulder Badge. And in this episode, we're going to be heading en route to Cerulean City. But first, I'll show you something real quick. I went and captured this Pikachu off screen, and yes, it is my next official member of the team. I did not give it a nickname quite yet, but I think there's a place later on where you can actually rename your Pokemon, and I intend to do that. My Squirtle leveled up some, and it hasn't changed much. While Ape hasn't changed much at all. I also have this Rattata right here. I'm not going to use it on my official team, but I'm going to use it as an HM slave. Alright, so, now we gotten that handled. Hi! I'm glad I caught up with you. I'm Professor Oak's aide. I've been asked to deliver this, so here you go. Yay, we get to run in this game! It's baby on to run, but only when there's room to run. But I must be going back to the lab. Bye-bye! So... Another attached to deck, spare running shoes from my beloved trainer. Remember, always cheer for you. Don't ever give up. From Mom. Yay! Now we can run. This really get me through the place here. Anyway, right here on Route 3. Out here, there are 3 new Pokemon that you can find out here. So, let's go ahead and cover those new Pokemon in some bios. So, one of the new Pokemons that you can find out here is Nidoran Female. Nidoran Female is basically the more defensive one of the group. You can find these Pokemon more often in Leaf Green, not so much in Fire Red. It's a good choice if you want to have a decent defensive Pokemon on your team, but if you already got a Bulbasaur on your team, I probably wouldn't recommend it. Its stats right here pretty much just show on how defensive it really is, so... Like I said, if you want to have a decent poison type that's good for defending, I guess I could recommend Nidoran Female. But like I said, if you're going to find this one out here in Fire Red, it's going to be a really hard time for you guys to find this. Next up is a Nidoran Male, which is the more offensive one. This one I would probably recommend more if you're looking for a more physical-based poison type Pokemon. Its stats right here pretty much just show on how good physically offensive it really is. So that's it for a Nidoran Male. If you want one, it's really good in terms of doing damage. Now the last Pokemon that you can find out here is Jigglypuff, a fan favorite. This one is actually a pretty good special wall once it fully evolves. In order to get it to its final evolution, Wigglytuff, which I'll show you guys real quickly. I'll show you guys out there going over Jigglypuff. You'll need a Moonstone in order to do so. Jigglypuff's stats are right here. It's pretty much a shot on how much of a good special wall it could be. Well, kind of. But in other words, it has a great amount of HP, so if you want to have a good Pokemon with some good HP, I guess I could probably recommend Jigglypuff pretty well. And like I said, in order to evolve it into Wigglytuff, it will have to be in use of a Moonstone. You can actually find Moonstones in the next official dungeon, which is actually coming up. So, yeah. And basically, the stats that you see right here, pretty much just give it a nice big old to Jigglypuff's original stats. I mean, it has a lot of HP. A lot. So, if you want to have a really good HP loader in Pokemon, I guess, I'm not quite sure if that's really a good word, Wigglytuff is your person, or fairy. I don't know. Alrighty, so that does it for the new Pokemon out here. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and fight all these trainers. Excuse me, you didn't look... I have no idea what you said right there, but I don't know. Janice. Kind of like the name Janice. Not too bad. Okay. Oh boy. Thank God I don't have any hamburger buns around here. Otherwise, I would have made a terrible joke right there. If you guys know what I'm referencing. Come on! God! Thank you! Okay. No Tortuga out there. Tortuga is actually getting pretty close to evolve, I think. I think it evolves at level 16. I don't know. I'm pretty sure we'll find out in this episode. Wow, I forgot how bad Gus looks like in this game. Oh boy. There we go. And by the way, I just gotta say, yes, I know I'm mean. I expected a challenge out. God damn it. Okay. Like I was trying to say, I was expecting a challenge out here the first time I played this. Hey, I saw you in the Viridian Forest. Really? But what's your name? Don't think I've ever seen you before. Why is it not a Butterfree? Jeez, these people must be spamming the heck out of B. Or X if you're using Tsume. And great. My wild ape is now slow. I guess it's not so wild anymore. Ah! God damn it. Okay. I really need to stop swearing. Okay. There we go. Okay. Weedle! You don't keep Wild Ape out there, because he's close to... She's getting close to another level. I don't pay attention to gender stuff. Okay, I was gonna say, if that gave me a poison, I would have been pissed. Oh, good. Oh, come on, how are you not dead? Look, I'm already slow enough as it is. I thought we were supposed to be wild. I mean, we're primates. Well, not yet. Yay, go to level 12. Oh, my am I talking? Alright, what's next? You know what? I'm gonna keep my Pokemon as balanced as I can, so... let Pikachu do some of the fighting. Alrighty. What do you got? I was expecting a Butterfree out here. Oh my goodness. There we go. Alrighty. You beat me again? I don't even... Excuse me. I don't even know you, boy! Oh, I guess I could... You know what? Why the heck not? I'll take on all the trainers out here, and I'll get as far as I can in Mountain Moon, which is up next. Alright. Alright, Ben. Okay, level 11. Not bad. A few levels away from evolving. Apparently 9 is a few. Whoa, jeez. Karate chop. I will chop your head off. Oh wait, that's guillotine. Okay. Ekans! Okay, Ekans? Everyone should know Ekans, right? If you don't know who Ekans is, then you might as well just watch the first season, okay? Wow, I forgot how much of a good special wall this thing is. Let's try a quick attack. Wow, that didn't do as much as I thought. Okay. Now, don't you dare poison me. Don't poison me. Yeah, I'll paralyze you. Okay. Okay. There we go. Yay. Hate that. He defeated Ben. I like that name, Ben. Okay, now these two trainers right here, they are a pain to take care of. So, wait. Let's switch Pikachu out. I'll be right back. I'm actually gonna go ahead and take care of these 2 trainers right here, so I will be right back. And we're back! If you didn't mind, I took care of these 2 trainers here, and that trainer down there. And we stopped at this trainer. How bad are we with the Pokemon I just caught? Oh, Pokemon that you just caught, eh? What you got? How did you find a level 11 Caterpie out here? I would love to have one of those. And oh, come on. Quit slowing my ape down. Wow. That sounded really weird. Don't slow my ape down. What's wrong with me? Nah, don't answer that. Don't answer that. And I second that. How did you find a level 11 Metapod? Jeez. Overkill much? I guess Metapod is recently a bit. Oh boy, oh boy. Just gonna keep hardening and hardening and hardening its shell. There we go. Alrighty. Done like dinner. Okay. I didn't touch you. I just talked to you. Robin. And speaking of Jigglypuff, there's one of them right now. Let's go for a quick attack. And now let's go on to Thundershock. Curse you! Just curse you! Aha! Because of that, you get kicked in the foot. Oh, yeah, keep raising your defense. Chop you in half. That's what you get for putting my fast and moving Pikachu to sleep. Do I have anything that'll wake him up? I need to go shopping more often. Oh well, it doesn't really matter. There's a Pokemon Center nearby, and I can heal up there. This guy is not a trainer, is he? Ooh, I better take a rest. A ton from Cerulean takes a lot out of you. Okay, that I want to talk about. Well, I'm going to talk about pretty soon. Just want to check these rocks real quick. I think one of these contains an item. Maybe right here. Nah. Why do I keep forgetting I have the ability to run? Jeez. Nope. Over here? Nope. How about right here? Nope. There is an item right here. A Persimberry. What does that do? Berry pouch. That. Goes into some confusion. And I also found an Oranberry off screen. Real quick. And if you don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and heal up really quick. So I will see you guys in just a minute. And we are back. So, right here, we are at the entrance of Mount Moon. In Mount Moon, there are 4 new Pokemon that you can find out here. So, let's go ahead and cover those 4 new Pokemon in a bio. Alrighty, so one of the new Pokemon that you can find out here is actually the rarest one of them all. That is Clefairy. Clefairy is probably one of the most interesting Pokemon that you can find out in this place, Mount Moon. Like I said, they're really rare, but if you can find one, it's actually pretty useful. And if you look at its stats, you can see why that is. Now, this one is a good special wall. This is the one that I was talking about from before. But forget what I said about Jigglypuff. This one is probably more recommended than Jigglypuff. To evolve it, you're going to want to get a Moonstone. This is Clefable. Clefable shows on how more of a wall it is. Stats right here pretty much just show you for why that is. This is probably one of the most balanced normal types out here in this game. No, they're not fairies in this game. They stay normal, and that's until the 6th generation. So, if you want to have a good special wall, this one is the one that I recommend to you guys. Alrighty, next up is Zubat. Any classic veteran like myself has seen one too many of these things. But you think that's a Pokemon like this that could be so common and be useless? Not quite so. This one is actually pretty good. Its stats are right here, pretty much just show you that. This one later becomes one of the fastest poison flying types out there, and it's also really good in dealing damage. While it's not really good at this stage, later on, oh my god, it's a good Pokemon. When it evolves into Golbat at level 22, it becomes much more faster and much more aggressive. Unfortunately, you cannot evolve this thing into its final evolution, Crobat, until in the after game. So, this one is actually a pretty decent flying type if you want for your team. Even if its displacement is pretty interesting. Yeah. Being one of the fastest poison types out there, and in terms of doing some good amount of damage, this one is actually rather decent for you to have. So if you want to have a decent Pokemon on your team, this one I recommend a lot. Up next, we have Paris. Paris, this Pokemon, oh my god, this Pokemon is not that good. But it does hold a good advantage. It can learn a couple of good HM moves like Cut and Flash, which we haven't gotten quite yet. I guess if you want to have a better HM slave, Paris is actually a pretty good choice to have. While its type gives it like a big old what the heck, its stats right here are pretty much just showing how much of abysmal it is. Now don't get me wrong, it does have some pretty decent attack and defense, but everything else is just downright putrid. I mean, look at that. Base 25 speed? That's like one of the slowest grass and bug types out there. Ugh. Even if it's evolved form Parasect, it's not really that good. This one, ugh. I don't say why anyone would want to use this on their team. But this one, like Paris, is a pretty good HM slate. Same rules that I applied from before. Its stats aren't really that good. But it does become a decent defense and special defensive Pokemon. But its speed is the big reason for why I don't recommend this Pokemon. Because speed is pretty important. Especially for later on in the game. So I pretty much recommend this Pokemon if you want to have a decent HM slave. Up next is Geodude, the very first rock and ground type Pokemon that we could find in the game. Geodude is a really good defensive Pokemon, but this also has a lot of major weaknesses. If it hits anything with a grass or water type, it's very likely going to go down. And as you can see on its stats, it is stated for why that is. I mean, it has some great defense, don't get me wrong, but it's also really slow. So, it's a good Pokemon, but you really need to be careful on how you use this. When it evolves into Graveler at level 25, it becomes much more bulkier, and it actually becomes a lot more deadlier at the fact. Unfortunately, to get it to evolve into its final evolution, Golem, you're going to need to trade with someone. And as you can see on Graveler's stats, some of its stats on the range usually go up to like 5 to like 15, which is from what I saw from before. I didn't really pay attention to it much, but yeah, it's a decent Pokemon, but it has a sheer ton of weaknesses. As mentioned before, in order to get Golem, you need to trade it as a Graveler, which is kind of a sad thing because I'm not going to trade anything for it. But don't get me wrong, its stat arrangements are pretty good. But as I said before, it really needs to be careful on any Pokemon that have a major advantage over them. And I hope you guys enjoyed those long bios, and unfortunately that took up a lot of time on here, so not a problem. I went and bought some repels off screen, just to try to fend off some of the Pokemon out here. I'm not going to get through all this, and ooh, we found Bullet Seed, nice. I'm not going to go through all of this in this episode because those bios took up a lot of time out here, so I'm going to go ahead and fight these trainers off screen. So, yeah, that's the thing. Wow, that didn't last long. So, oh boy. There's going to be a lot of... actually, you know what? Never mind. I want to try to get my Tortuga up to the next level because I think that's also for when it evolves. I think. Don't worry, I will be covering the evolutions of each Pokemon later on. But this Pokemon trainer just might help me do that. You need to go to this gate to get to Swingland City. No duh! I'm not a noob, Robbie. Alright. Oh, come on! What is it with you people always spamming the B button? That thing should have been a freaking Butterfree right now. I'm disappointed. Very disappointed. Okay. Okay, it's almost there. It's almost there. Man, these... I don't know why, but... why can't we just have some decent trainers in here? We used to take on Pokemon that were like ground and rock type Pokemon. Now we're getting back into bugs. And like several people that I know, we hate bugs. Alright. Yeah, harden your shell. That's really gonna help. Okay. Alrighty. This is gonna get boring. And I hate it when I get bored. Oh, come on! There we go. Okay, now that we finish up with that, Tortuga's now level 16. Alright! It's nice. And what is this? Tortuga is evolving! And... why is it purple? I thought it was supposed to be blue. Ah, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Yes, this is War Turtle, everybody! Yes, finally our Squirtle evolves into War Turtle. War Turtle is more bulkier and becomes a much better special attacker. So, yeah. It's no wonder for why the Squirtle line is my favorite, because it just shows on how awesome turtles are, aren't they? Its stat arrangements pretty much just show that. It becomes more bulkier and it becomes a lot more aggressive in terms of both attack and special attack. So yeah, that's War Turtle for you. If you would have gotten a Bulbasaur, it would evolve into Ivysaur at level 16. This thing practically becomes a more good in terms of special attack and special defender. So yeah, this thing starts learning a lot of better moves at this point of its evolution. Its stats are pretty much no schmuck right there. I mean, base 80 for special attack and special defense. It's no wonder for why this thing is really good in this game. Finally, if you started off with a Charmander at level 16, it evolves into Charmeleon. Charmeleon pretty much becomes more faster and deals a lot more special attack damage. As you can clearly tell, because it's a fire type. Its stats arrangements are pretty much just show on how good of a special attacker and how fast it can be. Both of them are base 80 for special attack and speed. So, yeah. It becomes one of the fastest Pokemon later on in the game. So, if you start off with a Charmander, and it gets a whole lot quicker later on. Alrighty, so... Ooh, we got a rare candy right here. So, anyway. Wow! Okay. I guess while we're finding the Zubat, I think we're actually gonna go ahead and end things off right here. Right? So... Next time on Pokemon FireRed, we are going to be continuing on through Mount Moon and hopefully be able to reach Cerulean City, hopefully in the next episode, alright? So, see you guys then!